last episode, we saw Dadashri travel from Ahmedabad to a small village in Kutch called Halapar, despite being terribly ill in order to fulfill the promise given to a Jain monk. Upon arrival, that Jain monk himself came to welcome Dadashri. Thereafter, Dadashri was accommodated at the home of a respectable businessman. The next morning, Dadashri was taken to the Jain monk's monastery. The Jain monk asked Dadashri to sit on a raised bench. But Dadashri's worldly interactions and humility were such that he said, "I cannot be seated at the same height as you. Please bring a chair or a low stool for me." Nonetheless, with complete devotion and humility, the Jain monk said, "Dadashri, this bench is definitely for you."
Dada said, "We cannot sit up there on the bench with the Jain monk, so either bring a chair or a low stool for me." The Jain monk said, "No, no, no. This bench is indeed for you. I'm going to sit on the floor." So Dada said, "No, how can you sit on the floor?"
In the end, after multiple requests, the Jain monk agreed to sit on a small stool. Gnanvidhi was arranged that day in the monastery. Dadashri told the Jain monk, "Today, the Lord within you will manifest, and then he will talk to you." The Jain monk said,
"Dada, Damji Bhai has briefed me a little, and based on that, I can understand that today is my day of salvation."
Packs of IV glucose and medications were being administered in both arms during the Gnanvidhi itself. He was very weak.
He was constantly connected to IV fluids the entire time he was in Halapar. They were connected to both hands, just like this, when he gave Gnan.
Nonetheless, he recited the phrases of Gnan for 48 minutes and completed the Gnanvidhi. But the explanations of the 5 Agnas after the Gnanvidhi were presented by Dr. Niruben Amin.
Heya kram margana vignan He Sat Purush Mukti Dan Heya Kram Margana Vignan He Sat Purush Mukti Dan.
In this manner, Dadashri finally fulfilled his own promise. The next day, Dadashri specifically had the Jain monk do vidhi at his feet for a continuous 48 minutes, whereas usually vidhi is only done for 2 to 3 minutes at Dadashri's feet. Look how tremendous Dadashri's compassion-filled intention was. The intent that if the Jain monk does not find the evidences to meet Dadashri ever again, even then, may nothing obstruct him on his path to Gnan. After that, Dadashri was immediately taken to Mumbai by air for his treatment.
Everyone felt that it was not worth taking a significant risk. So then everyone decided we cannot keep Dadashri here any longer. The original plan for Dadashri to stay in Halapar for a few days was cancelled, but the trip was cut short and he went directly to Mumbai.
2 to 3 months later, Dadashri was completely healthy. Therefore, one day, Mahatma Ketsibai told Dada about the vow that he had taken. In Halapar, he had taken a vow that if Dadashri's health becomes normal, then we will return to Kutch once more with Dadashri to take blessings of our family celestial deity, Ashapura Mataji. As respect and appreciation for his intention and faith, Dadashri went back to Kutch again. Accompanying him was Sri Navneet Bhai Sanghvi, affectionately known as Kaviraj. Through Dadashri's special blessings, he composed many outstanding, heartfelt spiritual songs of Gnan that were filled with devotion. And on the way to Kutch, he wrote a new spiritual song. Upon arriving in Kutch, everyone took blessings of Ashapura Ma, and Mahatmas did Garba over this spiritual song.
Manata mane tene sahayog apajo, Pratyaksha darshan no sanyog lavjo, Darshan dejo amne Ashapura Ma.
Today in Halapar, that memorable Gnanvidhi, along with Dada's boundless compassion, is flourishing within the hearts of all of those Mahatmas.